This is going to be a video about my life and the music industry and kind of how I died so fucking fast, or maybe even an average age for a popular ass famous person. Not sure. Probably I'm 23 years old right now, and I really didn't make it to like 20, 30 years old. So I'm not sure exactly the time popular musicians or popular athletes die, but it's probably going to be around this age, I think. Probably as around of a college age. That's usually, I think, when most popular famous people die. They always say like famous people die so young, or live rich, die fast, something like that. It's true. A lot of people that are famous and want to be rich, they really do die fast because the world turns really evil really fucking quick the more they learn about it and the more mistakes they do, which is going to be more than most people because we actually have more balls than most people, so we want more, and we find out a lot of we can get unlucky and find out a lot of disgusting shit about this world really quick. And some people will kill us because we don't have superpowers like the people we're surrounded by. I make mistakes. I'll get into this later, but yes, there are people with superpowers in the music industry and every industry around the world. But yes, the music industry, and they will predict your moves and they will kill you. They will mock you. They will bully you. It's a fuck ton of shit. So um, I just talk about a brief story of my life. The only things I really want to be in my life was a basketball player and a rapper. I also want to do some other things, but let's just say those are the main things I wanted to do. I never got into the NBA, but I did get into a record label with Interscope Records. They promised they were hinting to put me on the XXL magazine cover of 2020, 21, 22, or 23. I think 2023 is the most recent XXL cover. They did what they usually do to every artist that they really believe in or pimp or however you say it. They offer you all this great shit. They say, we're going to make you big. We're going to get you on the XSL covers. It doesn't say XSL covers. We'll get you magazines. We'll get you interviews. And we'll most likely get you a record deal. At least that's what they're going to hint. And that's what they're going to do. Thing is, that is exactly what happened to me. What did I do to get a record deal? I did mostly what everyone else did. I made a fuck ton of music. I worked my ass off. Um, and I did a lot of shit to get noticed. Some of it was shady, some of it was buying fake followers, some of it was paying for fake views, fake plays. I did everything for attention. I craved it because I wanted to be big and popular like any other hopefully rational human being, and because we want to spread our music, we want people to hear it. I always wanted to be famous and rich, and this is what happens. And this is a lot of going to be the fate for a lot of famous and rich people because we want more, we will experience, I think, more bullshit than most people because we think big. And I'm not saying that everyone that thinks small is not going to be tortured in life and they're going to go through bad things. They can go through horrible shit as well. I'm just saying we might experience faster and we might experience more of it because we think big and we want to do big things in life, like sign ourselves and our lives to record labels for attention and tons of money and fame. So, yeah, so how did I do it? I worked my ass very hard. I did anything to get attention. I paid for a bunch of fake shit, fake views, real views, whatever to get attention. I copied the way people did their social media. I copied their layouts. I emulated how the most people I looked up to. I made connections, usually via social media like LinkedIn, to record labels, to artist managers, to things like that. Anyone I could, and because I was desperate, like we all are. So I'm gonna stop using such a language because we're all desperate to have something in life, and if you're not, you're full of shit, and I don't trust you. And so yeah, so basically that's all I did. I actually even bribed someone to get me into a record label with the Weeknd's label. Actually, wasn't the Weeknd's label. It was something like similar to the Weeknd's label. I believe it was XO's label. I forgot what the Weeknd is signed to, but I basically tried to pay to get in. It was barely less than $1,000, but I'm a kind of a broke person. I lived in a low economic neighborhood. It was a lot of money to me, and depending on where you live, it's probably a lot of money to you too. Depending on where you don't live, it's probably nothing. But I bet there's ways that people that richer than you can kill you very easily if you met the wrong person. So just like if we think about an equity, whatever I think is expensive to you was expensive to me, and that was a lot of money to me. So I tried to bribe to get in, and I tried to go through the weekend, pay to get into something similar to the weekend's label. I copied a lot of Justin Bieber's layouts on all my social media. You could see his influences all over my stuff. Everything I made, you could probably see Justin Bieber's influence over everything because I emulated him because I thought he was a good guy and he was popular, but it actually had nothing to do with his popularity. It only had to do with that I thought he was a better quality human than I thought most quality. I didn't really care about if he was popular. I just went for it because I think mostly is that he made really good material and he put really good content out there. That's the reason I emulated him and copied a bunch of his tweets and copied a bunch of his stuff. Not it's because he made good stuff. I think his words really did change people. So I believe in those words, even though I did die and I ended up taking suicide or getting shot and bullied by gangs, like a bunch of anti-gang alliances all at once. That is what happened. I died before 30 years old, before I even got a fucking good job. I mean, I just died, but I mean, it's whatever. Anyway, so that's just a little bit of the prehistory to this record label thing. Anyway, so now remember, I kind of told you what I did to get into a record label, and I told you that I did get kind of pretty much hinted that I would be signed by Interscope and that I would be offered interviews, XXL magazines, covers, and I would be on XXL, I'd be on Complex, I'd be in interviews, and I'd probably get a record label. Hinting, right? Okay, so what happened after this? I actually have a lot of family drama. Um, I'm basically an orphan. My parents never liked me. They treated me like shit. Very hint, that's a really strong hint that I'm going to die. If your parents don't like you, you're probably going to die. I'm going to be straight up real with you. If your parents don't like you and you think you're an orphan, do not be fucking angry about it. You're probably gonna fucking die and it's not your fault. There's a lot of shit people are gonna spawn with you, and spawn next to you that you have no control over, that you're nothing like, and you deserve nothing to do with those people, but you're going to die all the same. Okay, anyway, so I talked about that. So Interscope, yeah. So after what happened, so I was going through a lot of drama at the time. I was living in a very abused and neglected environment, and basically I kind of ran away around at the time I got my record deal, and the whole world blew me, switched up on me. It was crazy. You don't realize how fake this Interscope Records is, and you don't understand how fake people are once you really start. You probably heard it before, but I'm not gonna temper with what I'm saying. But when you get a lot of money and a lot of fame, and things are going right for you, you will realize how many fake ass people were manipulating you, and they manipulate you a fuck ton, and they, how like they say, like you let people in your life but you don't realize it, and they can screw things up and you open the wrong doors to your mind or your head, which is exactly what happened. I have schizophrenia now, and they now have a bunch of influence. They could show up at your funeral, they could show up at your fucking laptops, they can show up with hidden police and cops, they can report you to the police, they can stalk you for free because you let the doors open to the wrong people. They end up setting you up. That's exactly what happened to me. I had a very horrible group of acquaintances that I sat next to. I was a very insecure kid. I was very stupid. I was autistic, and I had the wrong group of people, and they ended up torturing me mentally. And then, like, they were the most racist. They were basically racist Republican white kids, and they were also racist Republican Asian people, and they were Christian. I'm atheist. Atheists and Christians, we don't get along. Only a select few, and I would never encourage the relationship between an atheist, even if you think you're an atheist and a Christian. At any point in time, I'd rather you kill that person or kill yourself. But I don't condone murder, except I do. So anyway, next on the list. Um, so yeah, I had family drama. I had a very poor group of acquaintances and friends and lunch mates and friends that I kept around me. I was very insecure. I was very fake, and I was autistic. Okay, and you kind of see the downfall is happening. All right, I'm kind of poor economic background. I have family drama. I am a very insecure, and you can even call me a fake person. And I had a very poor quality Republican environment. So you can kind of see why I got tortured and I died so fucking fast. Okay. Anyway, and then Interscope came along. They offered me my record deal. something like sending a record deal, and I ran away around the same time. I ran around after I got it because I didn't want to think anyone got that for me because I worked out for myself. No one did it. I actually did music and I pursued music after all the haters and everyone who told me I should go to school and I should do what they did. I actually followed what I only thought in, and even if everyone else didn't believe in me, I did it for myself. Actually, I don't think one person encouraged me to do music. I did that all shit all by myself. No one encouraged me to do a fucking thing. I did everything by my fucking self, and then people claim to have made me. They didn't make shit. They didn't do fucking anything except they were just had superpowers and they had connections that I didn't have just because they were just born with superpowers, which were complete bullshit. They're huge cowards compared to me, but hey, I'm not shooting shots, but I kind of am. Don't say shooting shots. I'm just saying insults, not guns and bullets. I'm saying insults because they act like they're real tough and they're real smart, but the truth is they're not real smart and they're not real tough. They got a bunch of privilege and a bunch of superpowers that you didn't think was possible, real, and all that shit. So, fuck them. All right. Next, so I got the deal, and then basically what happened, I started getting gang stalked after this happened. I started hearing voices. I got the schizophrenia, like Kanye, only, and many probably other artists like actors like Tentacion. He had schizophrenia. If you guys know more, let me know. I believe Juice World had nightmares. I had nightmares too of an ex that claimed to be my ex. Oh yes, I had a murderous ex-girlfriend. um, she's not my girlfriend. She was just a murderous ex-friend that was very mentally fucked up in the head. I'm fucked up. I'm not really fucked up in the head. You know what they tend to do? They really will call the most smartest and the brightest people mentally ill, and they will label us with a lot of shit. While the true mentally ill, deranged psychopath, meat eaters, carnivorous, prideful, KKK, right wing, outright boys, bloods, and whatever, they're not going to be labeled as mentally ill. You know who's going to be labeled mentally ill? Usually the heroes, usually the good people, because they want to seem as crazy and stupid as possible, and they're going to leave themselves alone. I'm not going to say necessarily bloods, but let's just say bloods, and I'm going to sleep out the fake shit and say, yes, probably the bloods are going to be full of shit and bullshit, and they're going to really do some shitty shit to you, rather to make you a better person, which is complete bullshit. You should probably not fuck with them the slightest. Republicans do not fuck with those people, aka the Bloods, fancy name, and yeah, don't fuck with them. And so yeah, I ran away. I ended up coming back to visit my family in a fucked up way, and everything changed. I started getting stalked by gangs, droves of gangs. Um, my popularity boomed, and every hour I was being death threatened by another gang member with different clothing and a different car. I was blowing up really fast. I still blow up fast to this day. Um, I got first there were cars, then there were bloods, or people claiming to be bloods, playing gang games, playing to be in cars. They came. There's more to the story, but I'm just going to talk about the music aspect because I did have other career ambitions. Um, and yeah, I got stalked. I got death threatened a fuck ton, just about by engines. They were too much of pussies to come out their car and actually say they had a problem or wanted me to pay any type of tax. They said, fuck your tax or fuck any money to make results. We're just going to death threat the fuck out of you. I never death threatened the fuck out of anybody. But I did make some death threats in my music because, as a usual rapper, we do. Sometimes we do. We make death threats, but we don't really make death threats. We're not saying we're gonna fucking kill you. We just, claim shit that will pop people who hate on us or pop evil people or some shit like that. We'll say that shit because that's what rappers do. We're kind of not stupid. We're very smart people and we're really gifted. It's just that sometimes we say shit that we don't exactly mean and we don't exactly know exactly the consequences of what we're saying and how that's going to affect people, how they view us, or how we can get the wrong people. You can get cops after you. You can get the military after you. That's what happened to me. I had got gang stalked. I can give you some books about what happened. There's one called Stacy, Staaci, that happened to me. There's an example, I believe, in that book. Just look up the word gang stalking, so that would happen to me. And basically, police cars started harassing me, fire trucks started harassing me, and you would think like, this world is so fake. And trust me, the world is very fake, and you really It's going to take a long time, probably several lifetimes of death and birth, to figure out who is really a good person and who really has your back. And that's not even a joke, because I thought people were okay, and I turned out people were way worse than I ever imaginably thought. And that shit was horrible. Anyway, so basically, what you need to know about Interscope is it's a very shady ass organization. They're very evil. I'm gonna straight up say they're pedophiles. They're full of pedophiles. They're rapists. They're stalkers. They're manipulative ass liars. They're fucking homophobic. They're the most KKK connected shit I've ever seen. You think Trump's connected to the KKK? Interscope Records is connected to the fucking KKK, dude. Alright? And they're the most racist, sexist, homophobic people, the most disgusting Republican record label you think could possibly exist. And they are so thuggish, it's disgusting. They're full of fucking bloods in that label, and they are the most ruthless, psychopathic, stupid people, smart ass, supernatural people. They will do shit to you. They will predict your moves. They know your next move. They know when you're gonna move. They know what you're gonna eat. They know what you're gonna wear. They know how you're gonna breathe. They know the heartbeat of your heartbeat. They will mock your heartbeat with a fucking car beep. They know a bunch of shit. There's a bunch of tech. They will send stalkers your way. You think people aren't slaves? Interscope Records, they will pay people to do a bunch of shit. You think, oh, it's just no, people aren't that low to do things to you or spend 5 years of their life stalking someone. Think about like Interscope as being like the FBI. You know how like in the movies and fiction, they're like they got like that 12-year-old anime fucking like killer sent after to someone or some shit. That's not really a real anime. I can't even think of one like that. But think of something fictional, something scary, something cool. This shit is real. And they sent people after me, kids, adults, people to stalk me to my home and shit, to learn everything they could about me. It was the scariest thing, and they death threatened me the whole time, because I believe Interscope is a Republican label, and they don't fuck with Democrats, and they don't fuck with Bernie Sanders, and they don't fuck with the Green Party. And they fucked me up. They got me killed. They death threatened me. They mocked me, bullied me, and they basically showed me that there's people with superpowers. They got life figured out. They know how to budget their money. They know how to run 18 miles without getting tired. People can fly. People can fly 13 private planes over you, and they can also give you schizophrenia, and it will come from left, right, up, down, cross the street, cross the corner, cross 50 miles. And they will call you every racial slur, ethnical slur in existence, and they will just give you a hint of what the real world thinks of you. And it won't be a real what the hell world thinks of you. It's going to be what Interscope Records thinks of you. But remember, yes, this is my life. I did get killed by this label, but there are other labels out there. But I also have to recommend not signing a label. I know it seems, but I seriously don't, because I mean, I want to keep people safe. And I think these labels really, they chew you up. You need to know more information about these labels and things like that. But his label got me killed. My family also never liked me, so tried to kill me as well. They tried to intercept my deal, even though I really had no connection with them. And this is why you have to be very careful not to depend on people and not to use people for money. And you have to really try to be as independent as possible and try to get adopted or some shit if you don't like your environment, and stay away from people and don't talk to people that just come up to you. It's best to stay alone. I was an introvert, but I was also hanging out with introverted people, and that got me killed. But I made several videos about fake friends and crap, so I think you guys understand. Um, but yeah, so basically, Interscope, they gang stalked me using police cars, fire trucks, military planes, I don't private planes, helicopters, real planes, and they stalked the shit out of me. I became super popular, and they killed me, and they tortured me to death mentally with schizophrenia. They called me niggers, like N words. Sorry for saying that word out loud, but you just gotta be real. They will call you ton of niggers, and they will call you tons of like every prideful fact that's really just facts. They will try to come up with a different alternative fact. They will say, you might be saying, I got my nails done or some shit. I know I'm a guy, and every guy should get their nails done. That's just kind of stupid to say, but yeah, you should get your nails done. They'll be like, they'll say into your schizophrenia, your mind, telepathy. They will link you up with gang leaders. They will link you up with bullies. They will link you up with people who drive, whoever the opposite of you, basically. They'll do any cheap shot they can to try to make you angry or to just downplay any advantage that you ever had. I mean, it's crazy. You just get your nails done, they'll be like, your nails are zero point 0.1 milliliter off. Kill yourself, faggot, nigger. I mean, seriously. And Interscope would just do that over and over again. You think of one thing positive, they'll think of one thing negative, and you think anyone can survive with that. Bullshit. No one can survive with that shit. That shit is immediate death. They're like, oh yeah, we can do this and do that. Oh, and everyone can live with those type of things. Yes, some black heroes did, and some heroes did in history, but no one did because they're all fucking dead and they died by fucking corrupt organizations. So I don't know what the fuck you're talking about. No one lives like that, not for very long. And they found some way to fucking defeat it, or they live and they suffer every fucking second of the day with slurs and stalkers who are mentally ill, they're truly mentally ill, but it's a hard word to use, so I'm going to refrain from using it. Let's just call it what it is. This Interscope is full of a bunch of superpowered people, rapists, pedophiles with gang stalkers, prostitutes. Not the prostitutes are evil in any way, shape, or form. They're the most evil organization, and you do not want to sign with them. Actually, you don't want to sign with any record label agency. I'd rather you go independent. I don't even suggest you sign with anyone. Just try to go independent and try to make money yourself before you get into a deal. So, yeah. Um, Actually, don't get into a deal at all because these record labels, oh, yes, these record labels, you need to know history about the record labels, but you don't, I'll just tell you straight up. These record labels are very greedy people. They will make you feel like you're a selfish piece of shit. Um, oh yes, I got very popular, so I get advertisements about me. Popular YouTubers will make YouTube videos hinting about me. I got really popular really fast, and they tried to kill me because I had the wrong environment. I was around the wrong set of people, and it wasn't my fault. And if you died by a record label when you got signed, or soon after you got signed, and you're a one-hit wonder or whatever, or you never got a record label, or you thought you were in the top 10 record label, and you died, it wasn't your fault. These people are fucking scumbags, pussies who won't do shit. They would just harass people. They're a bunch of prideful bullies who got no fucking tested fucking balls. These people are a bunch of fucking cowards who just talk a bunch of shit and they can't back shit up because they're the dumbest, smartest hypocrites you ever fucking meet, and they're fucking evil. So fuck evil and fuck Interscope Records. They're a fucking cult. You can even call them a cult. Falling does very creepy, evil shit, and they're just the most disgusting people I ever met. If I could blow up their company and drive them bankrupt and shoot everyone in their company in the face and shoot everyone I signed to them in the face, I probably would in 10 seconds because they're the most disgusting people I have ever met. And I really don't give a fuck if they all die tomorrow because they're some of the most screwed up, mentally stupid, retarded, smart ass, evil ass people I've ever encountered in my entire life. And every time once I got this record label, a bunch of unimaginable things started happening. I mean, super straight up supernatural shit started happening to me that I never thought I would experience in my life. Never believed supernatural shit started happening to me like right away. Schizophrenia. I didn't even know people had schizophrenia. I thought that was a fucking lie, a joke, that people were just faking schizophrenia for attention. Then I got it and I was like, holy shit, these people are fucked in the head. People are actually, military actually experimented on people. Some, I don't know exactly how schizophrenia, MK Ultra, and like, and these organizations like happen and shit, but they happen and like they're trying to fucking kill people with voices and shit, and like they would like use this shit to get protesters who are protesting for good causes to like calm the fuck down. I heard it in a book that I read about gang stalking. There's a bunch of books out there for knowledge, and the military basically invented skits or some superpowered deity or some shit invented the shit, and they use it on protesters, good people, people they didn't like, people of opposite gangs, people of opposite political parties, and they bullied and tortured their heads. I got tortured by revs and engines and death threats and fire threats and police, and there's other people who've been documented by the exact same shit's happening. You just go to Reddit slash gang stalking, just look up gang stalking books, same shit happened to me. Just think of the worst gang stalking book that you think is the most unbelievably stupid shit that sounds so fictional. That shit happened to me. Isn't that, aren't I so fucking lucky? I mean, the worst shit that could possibly happen from a record label, that shit happened to me. Supernatural rape. Okay, nothing rape. I didn't get raped, but it was fucked up. And then I became a micro influencer. I would say. I'm probably not a micro influencer. I'm probably on the top tier, medium to the top tier influencer that's possibly possible. Or it can be a little bit lower than that. But I mean, I can really influence people to like do a bunch of shit. I don't know how to control my power, and but basically I died like some influencer because basically since Interscope was corrupt and all I believe all major record labels are corrupt, which I recommend you do independent, make your own music, buy your own beats, make your own beats, and then distribute via software and try to get pay for real advertisements, pay for real plays, so that you don't basically fake anything. Do not try to bribe in the weekends label like I did. Do not try to copy too much of what other people did. Try to do your own thing. Don't copy people's tweets and do not bribe yourself to get into record labels. That could be one of the main reasons I died because maybe I was too fake. I did a little thing too illegal, even though yes, they are hypocritical ass people because that's all they fucking do. But I'm just saying, also do not lie. Try to be as truthful as possible. But I'm just saying this shit is easy for me to say. I'm dead. I don't have much followers. I have influence. I'm pretty much famous on the dark web. They probably have a bunch of websites about me on the dark web I don't know about. Probably just mocking the shit on me, tracking my location, because they're a bunch of Republican pieces of shit who are fucking losers and lowlifes who don't have the fucking cowards. They probably fucking eat their mom's pussy as fucking free time, whatever nasty shit they're up to, because they're ancestral bitches. But hey, I don't want to talk about it. But yeah, they're a bunch of fucking losers. But yeah, that's just a little bit. That's pretty much what I want to say. Stay away from all major record labels. They're evil. They are rapists. They are pedophiles. They protect pedophiles. They protect rapists. They are very much linked to the KKK. They are very racist. They will do schizophrenia against you in a heartbeat. If they do not like you, you need to. They will stand every gang member against you. You'll have people wearing red, blue, yellow, pink, and purple, and they shoot you with AK-47, two AK-47s, and bullets everywhere. You'll be so confused who the fuck these people are. You don't know if they're FBI, police. You don't know if they're a fucking gang member or a fucking kid who's fucking reincarnated and just came to kill you. Like, you don't fucking know. You don't know if it's a 12-year-old, a 25-year-old. Everyone will come after your ass when you get popular. Any relevancy, you become better than you, and the people that people think that you become better than them, you think yourself you're better than them, and you have something to show for it. They're gonna come kill your ass. They're gonna torture the fuck out of you, and they'll every low move. You think people are low. You don't know what low is once you reach any type of success, or you actually don't even need to reach lows. You can be born with. I was born surrounded by the lowest of the lows, but it only got lower. I was surrounded by just the stupidest, shittiest people I've ever met, and I was better than all of them combined. But remember, just because you die doesn't make you a worse person. Major record labels, pieces of scummiest people on the planet, murderers, psychopaths. Nothing to be proud of that you didn't get in one or got in one. They're shitty. They're fucking horrible ass fucking organizations. They're corrupt to the fucking bone. They're corrupt everywhere. It's just full of corruption. Didn't need to say corrupt to the bone, but they're corrupt as fuck. And yeah, um, if you died by these people, died trying to get to these people lied like a billion times before they ever said anything truthful to you. For every one fact they lied, truth they told you 1,000 lies. It's not your fault that you died or that you got tricked by these people. These people are full of shit, as in they are full of lies and manipulation. They are psychopaths. They don't even think like you do. They're not even human in my sense of the word. They're aliens who came to Earth to fuck with you. And they just mock people and destroy and step on people's heads all day. That sounded kind of bad, but they step on your pride and they hurt your pride and your ego. everything that will make you a better, which makes you a better person than they are. They will try to make you think slower. They will try to make you evolve as a slower person. Your personal development will be slower because they exist, because they're a bunch of losers who exist to take humanity, true humanity back, I believe. That's heroes. And yes, even though I was a musician, I was a hero too. You don't have to be a certain, you don't have to be a cop to be a hero in any position you ever do in life. Doctor, basketball player, athlete, football player, baseball player, whatever you choose to do, you can be a hero at the same time. You know you're a hero and you know you're probably a villain. So, you know, you like doing bad shit since you were little and being a piece of fucking crap, being a piece of horrible person, you know you were born a villain. I know I was never about that crap, never about that. I knew I was a hero. And I know plenty of you, most of you are villains who are listening to this, and I don't give a fuck about you. I hope you die. And the few heroes that are listening, I give a fuck a lot. I just don't know how to fucking help you. The only way I know to help you is by making videos, donating money, and repping merch. I don't know how else to help you. So yeah, thank you guys for watching. And yeah, it was just about my life, prehistory of how I got into a record label, how I got the record label, bad decisions I got to the record label, what happened to me after I ran away from the record label, how they gang stalked, I had a gang stalking case, how they covered it up, how I died before 30, how I became famous and rich, yet I was invisible, and how I got schizophrenia, and how I also got anxiety, also got insomnia, it was hard to sleep. They kept death threatening me with sirens and shit, and it was also direct to ear, I believe. So not people were hearing it. It was just me, and they I forgot to tell you, they probably chip you as well. Oh, and they use truth serums. Sorry to mention that so late in a very convoluted way. Yes, there is drugs out there to make you think the truth, like you cannot hide shit. There's a lot of tech that out there that you do not know. I told you, you know how my most recent popular video about mind protection and telepathy? Yeah, if your mind's not protected, this is what happens. They'll just torture the fuck out of you and bully you. And yes, there's things that you can drink or eat, and they will make you have nightmares, and they very specific nightmares. Also, people can control your dreams. I don't know if I talked about it, but yeah, they'll send you nightmares specifically. You think, oh, this is a nightmare that someone created, or dreams are random. Dreams are not random. They're very created. They were created by someone, and they can make you dream exactly what you think, dream exactly what you don't like, and they'll do it over and over again until you're dead. So it's not a joke. Dreams are not just random shit. Someone gave you that dream, they ripped that shit out, spoke it to life, and you got it. And they did that to me, so it was fucked up. And yeah, I do feel kind of shitty running this. I'm like, no one will believe me or some shit, but I know people do. It's just fucked up, you know. It's just what is so fake, what is so full of lies, and I fucking hate people. I fucking hate whatever the fuck it is, psychopaths, aliens, whatever the fuck they are that try to do this shit to be gang members, mafia, thugs, cartels. I hate them all. Obviously, I hate them all pretty much. So fuck them. And yeah, sorry I'm repeating myself so much. It's like my first time doing this video, but yeah, go independent. Major Lego labels are greedy. They will ask for crumbs on the table, and if you do not give them your 2 out of 3 crumbs, depending on how they feel that day, they will shoot you in the face, and it will hurt. They'll do it with a shotgun. They might shoot you a couple times in the chest and then shoot you in the face for giving them some crumbs that they have a billion of. They will ask for more of your crumbs. You will meet what true greed is once you get into popular and fame and shit. You'll realize what true greed is. Greed is a very evil. They will beg for a beggar for money, and they will shoot that beggar in the fucking eye because they want 2 pennies while they have a billion pennies. You think billionaires are evil? Billionaires are fucking not all of them are evil, but I don't hate on billionaires just in general. I think it's a great idea to make money and shit. Just like I said, it's great to be ambitious. But yeah, like you'll meet some these record labels are greedy ass people. I mean, they take away 90% of your money, and they want, you know, the little bit that you make, they want you to spend that money on them too. And you bet if you don't spend more money on that too, like a good amount of money on them, and you don't treat them well, they'll fucking kill you, and they'll probably torture you to death, and they'll call you selfish or some shit when they're full of cat. Just remember, major record labels full of bullshit. They're psychopaths. They're very fucking evil. Do not feel bad if you've died or messed up. They lie all the time. I don't think they said the truth one time in their entire lives. And they're full of probably gang initiation, rape, pedophilia, illegal acts, torture, schizophrenia, mental torture, chipping, tracking. They do a bunch of shit. It's very evil. And yeah, um, thanks you guys for watching this video about my experience with Interscope and what I think of all major record labels. And yeah.